Howdy, partner. Today we're getting into another artist named Noah Kahan, someone that I know absolutely nothing about. I know there's a new album coming on the way called Noah Kahan, The Great Divide, so I'm getting into him now and getting ready for that album that's coming up. This is probably the most requested artist on the channel. Noah Kahan is someone that I've heard has great lyricism. I've only heard them perform once with Kelsey Ballerini, and I really enjoyed what I heard from there. I'm jumping into this album pretty much blind, not knowing anything about them, so I made sure I got the Genius lyrics up for any context that I may need, and I'm relying on you guys to also help me out. I was planning on doing the deluxe album, but I think I'm going to stick to the original today just because it's going to be a lot taking in. That would be a lot to take in 21 songs of an artist that I don't know yet. I think we're going to stick to the original album, and then we will go back and check out the deluxe songs as soon as possible. So we have 14 songs today. Please help me out if you can, y'all. I have no idea what to expect, man. So let me trade in this hat right here for a hat that I'm more familiar with, and let's get into Noah Kahan's Stick Season. The first track on the album is called Northern Attitude. And just like how I did with Hilary Duff's album the other day, which you need to check it out. That is a fantastic album. Very, very therapeutic, very deep. The production's experimental. I really liked checking out the song bio, especially because I don't know anything about Noah. In this song, Kahan uses his upbringing in Vermont, a cold, harsh place, as a backdrop for a lifestyle focused on keeping one's self and loved ones alive and comfortable through routine and physical preparation at the expense of connection, community, and living over survival. In a moment of self-reflection, Kahan observes how hollow and lonely a life this mindset can result in one living. And although recognizing he may not be able to shed this mindset quickly, shows self-awareness and asks for patience as he attempts to overcome his nature in an attempt to connect with someone else, seemingly an ex-lover he had previously pushed away with his behavior. Northern Attitude. Very folky so far already.
Breathing in, breathing out. How you been? You settled down? You
Off rip, that voice sounds very familiar to like a Bob Dylan.
right? You feeling proud? How are your kids? Where are they now? You build a boat, you build a life. You lose your friends, you lose your wife. You settle in to routine. Where are you? Does it mean?
Whoa. Whoa. That organ.
If I get too close, and I'm not how you hoped, forget my northern attitude. Oh, I was raised out in the cold.
Forgive my northern attitude. I was raised out in the cold. And so we see from the bio there, it means like, yeah, my attitude's a little harsh. Maybe I'm a little rough around the edges.
If the sun don't rise till the summertime, forget my northern attitude. Oh, I was raised on little light.
Man, same. 6 months of winter here in Ohio. Feels like every single year.
Bought some shit,
Maybe longer.
search online. You're getting lost, you're getting high, all alone, late in life, scared to live, scared to die.
So much fear.
You build a boat, you build a life. You lose your kids, you lose your wife. You settle down, you're feeling lost. You're getting stoned, then kicking rocks.
I'm already really enjoying this. That guitar, that organ back there, feels reflective. We're thinking about the past.
If I get too close, and I'm not how you hoped, forget my northern attitude. Oh, I was raised out
So someone I'm thinking of that reminds me of is like a Philip Phillips. I haven't heard of that guy in a really long time, but I think he had a song called like Home or whatever. That this makes me feel like it's folky. It feels it has this epic guitar lick on it. That organ playing in the background sets this tone of reflection, and yeah, this seems about just being like defying your what the life is that you've lived and kind of rising above it maybe, but going through a lot of pain.
You get too close, and I'm not how you hoped.
That right there, that makes me feel like people are kind of always expecting something completely different out of him. Like maybe like if you get too close, I'm not how you hoped. Like maybe we haven't fallen in love yet, but maybe you're in love with the idea of me and like who I am in your head and what I can possibly be, but not exactly being completely real, genuine.
Forgive my northern attitude. Oh, I was raised out in the cold. If the sun don't shine till the summertime, forgive my northern attitude. Oh, I was raised on little light.
I really like his voice. Has this nice light texture to it, and there's a bit of like a strain in there. Yeah, when he's saying that he was raised on little light, I wonder if that's also mean like loving his family as well, loving his upbringing. I know that we read about the harsh conditions of Vermont, and I think Vermont also has like one of the worst drug problems in the country as well. Vermont, Connecticut, like that northeastern corridor up there, like they have some really bad drug issues with fentanyl that's taken over and other shit, but meth. But yeah, that representation of like the sun not coming out, of it not being, beautiful all the time. His life's not always beautiful. Maybe he's a little depressed at times because he's just always in the dark, it feels like, and that's like a parallel to the rest of his life. His life, his wife and kids leaving him and changing that and moving on from that, and this is a really good opener. I don't know who's going to be on producing. We have Gabe Simon background vocals. Okay, already with the album title, Stick Season.
As you promised me that I was more than all the miles combined, you must have had yourself a change of heart like halfway through the drive because you're...
All right, we have another song bio here. Stick Season, Kahn's first single from the album with the same name, commemorates a familiar time in his home of Vermont when the trees are bare and winter threatens. It's an unsettling time when the narrator reflects on life and the way it could have been. Man, that is true. And okay, that's what he means by stick season. So the trees are turning to just sticks, the leaves are falling, everything's bare, and man, after a few months it does get extremely depressing. That seasonal depression creeps in and life just kind of sucks for a few months, it feels like. That's why vacations matter and why sometimes you need to get out of there and get to the sun, get that vitamin D. But
as you promised
these are all
me
metaphors.
That I was more than all the miles combined. You must have had yourself a change of heart like halfway through the drive because your voice trailed off exactly as you passed my exit sign. Kept on driving straight and left our future to the right. Now I am stuck between my anger and the blame that I can't face, and memories or something even smoking weed does not replace. And I am terrified of weather cause I see you when it rains. Doc told me to travel but there's COVID on the planes. And I love Vermont but it's the season of the sticks. And I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed. Oof. And it's half my fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas, and I'll dream each night of some version of you that I might not have, but I did not lose. Now your tire tracks in one pair of shoes, and I'm split in half, but that'll have to do.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I love Vermont, but it's the season of sticks, and I feel the same way. I love where I'm from, but yeah, the winter time just it's very depressing. And I saw your mom; she forgot that I existed, and it's half my fault. But I just like to play the victim, so he knows that it's on him. He knows he could probably reintroduce himself, or maybe present himself in a different way, so he is a little more memorable. And but yeah, he's gonna play the victim because it's like a weak, habitable thing that he does. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas, and I'll dream each night of some version of you that I might not have to, but I did not lose. Now your tire tracks in one pair of shoes, and I'm split in half, but that'll have to do. So it's like you were just a long gone memory, and now I'm like split in half by you taking a piece of me with you, I think is what he's saying.
So I thought that if I piled something good and all my bad, that I could cancel out the darkness I inherited from dad. No, I am no longer funny, cause I missed the way you laughed. You once called me forever, now you still can't call me back. And I love Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks. And I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed. And it's half my fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas, and I'll dream each night of some version of you that I might not
I like that.
have, but I did not lose. Now your tire tracks in one pair of shoes.
I like this song a lot.
Split in half, but that'll have to do.
Woo!
Oh, that'll have to do. My other half was you. I hope this pain's just passing through, but I doubt it. And I love Vermont, but it's the
probably
season
not.
of the sticks. And I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed, and it's half.
That's a very clever way of making the song flow. To existed, like he has a clever way of singing, and I like that. I like the little bit of a yodel on his voice too. That's really beautiful. And this song, it's painful, but there's that contrast again, that really light production of the instruments, and then this dude just letting his heart go, being vulnerable, and just thinking back on this time when he was in peace, but now he's going through because he misses his friends. He feels like he's not being remembered by other people, and maybe just also going through seasonal depression here. So
My fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas, and I'll dream each night of some version of you that I might not have, but I did not lose. Now your tire tracks in one pair of shoes, and I'm split in half. That'll have to do, have to do.
okay, let's look at some of the context here provided by Genius. We say, I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed. As Noah mentioned in his Genius YouTube video, in small towns like where he grew up, everybody knows everybody. It's impossible to go to the store without recognizing almost everyone you see. Yet when he runs into someone closely connected to someone that he used to love, his ex's mom, they don't even recognize him anymore, despite everyone recognizing each other usually. This signifies how everyone else has moved on while he is still grieving. So life is passing him by, and he's still kind of that person just stuck there. And you would think that they would recognize him though, because if he's not changing, but maybe the grief is changing him so much that he's even unrecognizable. Maybe I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home from Christmas. This song likely refers to the fact that Noah Kahan did not attend university, as his career was already beginning to ramp up. By the time he was college aged and was accepted to Tulane, he decided to defer his enrollment to focus on his music career. The lyric alludes to the fact that the friends that he does have back home left home after high school. They may be in college, grad school, or the professional world, while Noah is at home writing music. He looks forward to Christmas because that is a time he gets to see his childhood friends after a whirlwind of life being a professional musician. So again, a very real thing to be thinking about there. And you guys know Thanksgiving, Christmas, that's when everyone comes back home, and your friends are going to like the local bars that you may have went to here and there. And it's a little bit of a reunion. I personally don't really care too much about that anymore, because a lot of the people I grew up with, I don't know. I've spread my wings and met better people, but whatever. I hope this pain's just passing through, but I doubt it. He hopes that this pain is ephemeral, but does not think that that is the case. This is also reinforced by the above lines, where there is an illusion that much time has passed since his heartbreak, and yet he still holds it within him, hence reinforcing his belief that he will not move past his pain. So he's kind of just, not kind of, he is stuck there, and a lot of his love, a lot of what breaks him out of that mold is when his friends do come back home. Next track, All My Love.
Okay.
We have another bio. All My Love is an ode to an ex-lover who has moved out of their hometown and moved on with their life. Oof. Though Khan stayed behind, he still stayed in love. Despite this disparity, the singer holds no bitterness and simply reminisces on the time when his ex-lover loved him back while also accepting the reality of their current distance. Context for the separation can be found in earlier tracks such as Glue Myself Shut and Maine and Later Forever.
How have things been, well, love, now that you mention it? My folks still talk, but they speak in these two-word sentences.
Better than mine.
I'm saying too much, but you know how it gets out here.
Beautiful voice.
No winter coat could keep out all the cold of your atmosphere. We once sang retrograde, we'd shake the frame of your car. Now I know your name, but not who you are. It's all okay, there ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love, you got all my love. I'm still out here with the pills and the dogs. If you need me, dear, I'm the same as I was. It's all okay, there ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love, you got all my love.
That's beautiful.
You got all my love.
Still loves them even though they're gone.
Make me a list of how it is, of how it was, of how it has to be. You burrowed in under my skin, what I'd give to have you out from me.
Damn.
But I still recall how the leather in your car feels. And at the end of it all, I just hope that your scars heal. We once sang retrograde, we'd shake the frame of your car. Now I know your name, but not who you are. It's all okay, there ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love, you got all my love. I'm still out here with the pills and the dogs. If you need me, dear, I'm the same as I was. It's all okay, there ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love, you got all my love.
This right here, this is called compassion right here, y'all. The way he still feels about them, the way, like, it's real. He's genuinely loves them, genuinely cares about them, and that to me is compassion. No matter how someone may have made you feel before or how they treat you still to this day.
There ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love, you got all my love. I'm still out here with the pills and the dogs. If you need me, dear,
What does that mean?
I'm the same as I was. It's all okay, there ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love, you got all my love. You got all my
So that line right there, that line about the pills and the dogs, apparently Noah says that he started taking Zoloft while I was making this record and have had many lonely weeks with just the dogs and my SSRIs. Zoloft is one of the brand names for sertraline. I've never seen that word. And antidepressant used to treat conditions such as depression or OCD. I know that a lot of like celebrities will take SSRIs before, like award shows and whatever to kind of calm them down. So
It's all
makes sense.
There ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love. You got all my love. You got all my love.
This is great. The devotion.
In for a kiss 30 feet from where your parents slept. And I look so confident, babe, I swear I was scared to death. My hands gripped the wheel, I smile stupid the whole way home.
Man, something about this is getting me.
And those 5 words in my head, you said I'll never let you go.
Beautiful.
I sang retrograde, we'd shake the frame of your car. Now I know your name, but not who you are. It's all okay, there ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love, you got all my love, and it's still out here.
I love this.
With the pills in the dog.
Madness to my Juke champs.
This year stole the words from my tongue. It's all okay, there ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love, you got all my love. You got all my love. You got all my love. You got all my love.
Yeah.
You got all my love.
That was a phenomenal track right there. Yeah, that just felt like compassion. That felt like compassion to me. It felt like at first I thought he was singing about maybe someone that left him that he was in love with, and he still has this love for them, like romantic love or whatever. But I feel like it's more about devotion and compassion, and about understanding why they had to go away and why they had to make the decisions they made. This lyric right here, oh, I sang retrograde, we shake the frame of your car. I love that. And this annotation here, I would listen to it in my dad's driveway at night when it was snowing, and my brother could hear the fucking bass coming through my speakers through my speakers from the house. James Blake, that song is phenomenal. I had a feeling that's what he was talking about when he said that, and shaking the frame of your car, which it absolutely will do. Yeah, it just another track that I feel like he is I feel like he's being vulnerable. I feel like he's not afraid to speak his mind. And that is something that I really like about artists. I love when they can be unapologetically themselves. So far, I think I already saved 3 out of 3 tracks. Next one, She Calls Me Back.
Oh, there was heaven in your eyes.
Okay, another song bio. Noah says that She Calls Me Back is about a relationship hanging on by the skin of its teeth. The narrator is bitter about losing someone, even though something was problematic about the relationship from the beginning. The phone number in the song is a fake 8-digit number for a company in Vermont, and Noah isn't entirely sure what the company specializes in. The fake number is used as a thought as though that relationship is falling apart as they call each other. The song was ideal for the setting COVID-19 pandemic had on people who had to live apart from their loved ones, especially if those relationships were falling apart during that lockdown. Honestly, I think that lockdown was good for a lot of people. I'm sure maybe it probably stressed some people out that normal life wouldn't have normally done that. But hey, it's kind of like a cheat code where you got to learn more about your significant other in a time where you might not have been able to before, where maybe it would have been 5 years, 2 years where you would have spent the same amount of time with that we did in COVID, and you learned about them and you didn't like them and just saved you some time that way. So there's always a way to look at things with like a silver lining.
I was not baptized. Everything's alright when she calls me back. She calls me back. Lost for a long time.
A little bit codependent.
2 parallel lines. Everything's alright when she calls me back. She calls me back.
Okay, you're getting your dopamine from her.
Look at me and don't you lie. I could be your sacrifice, but don't you hold your head up high. For bullshit, I do not have time. I could be an old tattoo to remind me when I get bad news that I do not exist to die.
That's right.
But live to die while saving you.
Yeah, okay.
Does it bite at your edges? Do you lie awake restless? Why am I so obsessive? Hanging on to every sentence. This town's the same as you left it. Your page is blank, but I read it. I still dial 8229931667.
That's wild.
Oh, there was hell
seriously anxious.
I was not baptized. Everything's alright when she calls me back. She calls me back.
Hey man, that's real right there. Having that feeling of when someone is reaching out to you that you really like, there's that rush of what, serotonin and dopamine, where it's like, oh, my girl.
Lost for a long time. Two parallel lines. Everything's alright when she calls me back. She calls me back.
It's pretty.
The radio is taunting me. Every song a minor key. And I don't get much sleep most nights. I'm seeing you in every dream.
Man, so he's losing it. This man is deeply, madly in love.
If only I could wake you up. If
It's a little
only I
obsessive,
could
though.
fall asleep. I love you when the ocean's dry.
Forever.
I love you when the rivers freeze.
Not happening.
There's a bite at your edges, to lie awake restless. Why am I so obsessive, hanging on to every sentence? This town's the same as you left it. Your page was blank, but I read it. I still dial 822993167. Oh, there was heaven in your eyes. I was not baptized. Everything's alright when she calls me back. She calls me back. Lost for a long time. Two parallel lines. Everything's alright when she calls me back. She calls me back. Well, she calls me back.
So I can't tell if he's frustrated here or if he loves it. He loves that feeling of being a little obsessed and a little bit of codependency there. But hey, he loves that feeling of when she calls him back, and he gets that rush of dopamine. That's all he needs. That's a little bit of love every once in a while, it sounds like.
All the pain I should have saved, though I was too afraid of living life in your footsteps. In your heart, open your way. Oh, I was too afraid of living life in your footsteps. Living life in your footsteps. Living life in your footsteps. Still she calls me back.
Yes.
Still she calls me.
Woo! A happy ending on that one. That's awesome. I like the way that one felt. It felt a little easier. It felt like nice. It felt kind and loving. Noah is looking back and realizing that he could have avoided some emotional pain but was too afraid to do so. Letting go would be to admit that he was left behind, metaphorically or physically, which is a recurrent theme throughout the album. He was apprehensive about fully embracing the other person's path, whether that meant understanding their emotions or thoughts. This apprehension may have caused him to miss out on opportunities for a deeper connection or understanding in a relationship. That's real right there too, and there could be many reasons for that. It could be like you're in your head and you don't want people judging you because you made a big decision on following somebody, and then people saying that, oh, you're just a follower and you're obsessed with that person, whatever. So there's so many different like ways of psychology of thinking, or just being afraid of putting all your eggs into that basket, and then that person just deciding to be done with you, and then you have to go and search and fix your broken heart and go through all that stuff. So it's a way of like protecting yourself too, in a way, by not jumping into it. But man, I think it's worth it. I think love is extremely worth it, and I think it's the best thing in this world. I think sharing this world with somebody that gets you, like what he was saying there, of parallel lines, like they are equal. They are like the same people in a way. They're very similar in their lives. So yeah, it's a beautiful song. I liked how open and like freeing it felt too, while also being a little frustrating with his obsession.
The business of losing
Come
your
on.
interest, and I turn a profit each time that we speak. Don't you know there's a coffin buried under the garden was there when we got here.
Man, he is up there. That is a really high-pitched voice.
Yourself losing your interest, and I turn a profit each time that we speak. Don't you know?
It really reminds me of when Ed Sheeran goes up in that register.
The coffin buried under the garden was there when we got here. Be there when we leave. And my house was designed to kinda look like it's crying. The eyes are the windows, the garage is the mouse. When they mention the sad kid in the sad house on Ball Street, you won't have to guess who they're speaking about. Come over.
Oh my. The control there on the end with the little fleeting.
Speaking about, come over. Come over.
Woo! An adolescent desperation to be rich, be liked, belong. Come over isn't an offer, it's a plead. Please, please love me. And then up here, there was a line. Don't you know there's a coffin buried under the garden? It was there when we got here. We'll be there when we leave. He's trying to imply here that at the end of the day, we all end up dead. A grave will always be a grave, and nothing is going to change the fact.
I'm in the process of clearing out cobwebs. I was taking the wrong meds. Feels good to be sad.
Just clearing up
my
his head.
house is just barely big enough for my family, but it feels like a fortress when the weather gets bad. And my mouth was designed for my foot to fit in it. Oh, the words they went missing when the stock market crashed and the Dow Jones keeps falling. But I promise you, darling, with the view in the
Interesting.
morning, you won't ever go back. Come over.
Woo! Vulnerable.
Come over.
Man.
Come over.
That's different. I've never heard anyone sing like this. It's strange. It's got this like gravelly, but it's also smooth. If that makes any sense, like the way, like his voice, there's a strain. There's like a gravel on it, but the way he's just like elongating it is so smooth. It's that control, his pitch control.
I know that it ain't much. I know that it ain't cool. Oh, you don't have to tell the other kids at school. My dad'll straight get rich, will be the big house on the block. Someday I'm gonna be somebody people want.
Let me get some context here. My dad'll strike it rich will be the big house on the block. Many children who come from poor income households fantasize about having the biggest house in the neighborhood. The singer is hoping that one day their problems will be solved and they will have more security in their life. So that is relatable. I've told you guys before, my mom's my hero. She divorced my dad and moved us into the trailer park, like lived there for a couple years, worked herself up to renting a house that was around the corner from my grandparents. The cheat code right there, where they were able to help out a lot with her, and then she bought the house that she's living in to this day. And I definitely, like, my main goal with a lot of everything that I'm doing is to make a better life for her, get her into a house where the pipes don't freeze in the winter and she can just do her laundry whenever she wants to and not worry about all this stupid shit like that. But I never, growing up poor, I didn't really wish for having a bigger house and stuff like that. I always wanted my family to get along. Like the pressures that we felt from the economic status is just like jealousy, anger, resentment, a lot of like stupid emotions, and that happens from having that economic struggle. It's also like just being around your family because of that, because you're doing more things that are just close by, like game nights and stuff like that aren't like expensive, and not these crazy vacations like people get to travel around the world and stuff like that. Yeah, we were playing board games and being real with each other. But yeah, I guess I sure always wanted better for like my mother and people that I love in my family, but never really cared about the luxurious things or anything like that. I always cared about just everyone else being happy or content or just not depressed all the time. And yeah,
I'm in the
very
business
relatable.
of losing your interest, and I turn a profit each time that we speak. Don't you know there's a coffin buried under the garden? Was there when we
Damn.
got here, we'll be there when we leave.
Went back around full circle to the realization, the uncomfortable truth is that we will all end up there sooner or later. It just seemed like a chance to reconnect with this person, and just a very vulnerable way. I really like the way he was singing on that track. He has a different voice. Like, I know I first said Bob Dylan, and there's little touches like Ed Sheeran in that really high falsetto, but his voice is different than anyone's I've really heard. Maybe a little bit similar to even like a Conan Gray, I guess, because that vibrato. I'm really enjoying it so far, though. Next track is New Perspective. I'm going to try to stay away from the song bios now, because I think they actually are taking away from maybe like an emotional reaction from me with knowing what's going on.
Oh, silence is making me nostalgic. 2 sizes big, you shared in my apartment. Oh, we were kids, but that don't make this less hard. If I could fly, I doubt I'd even do it. I'd probably
Really?
get high and crash into something stupid. You made Ohio feel just like Central Park.
That's because it kind of is, man. Like, Cleveland and Columbus are fantastic cities, y'all. And you have not visited my home state, then you should check it out, because it's up and coming, especially Cleveland. Well, especially Cleveland and Columbus. Columbus is the second fastest growing city in the country now, behind Charlotte, I'm pretty sure. But like Cleveland, we have so many restaurants on the way here. We've built up the infrastructure. We've built up the neighborhoods so that there's restaurants and bars and entertainment. We have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We have a great science center. We have a wonderful history museum. We have a wonderful natural arts museum. It's great here. And the weather, my goodness, the weather in the summer and the fall especially is phenomenal. Springtime, it's very beautiful. I'll give New York and Chicago spring, because there's a little more cherry blossoms and all that beauty. But yeah, Ohio is wonderful. I don't think I'm gonna live here my whole life, but I definitely have very fond memories that I'll always attach to it, and there's beauty here.
Probably get high and crash into something stupid. You made Ohio feel just like Central Park.
Damn, boring place.
The rednecks get drunk on a dirt road. Attention deficit kids in their gym clothes. Paper bags drift wherever the wind blows, and mine's full of receipts. Ooh, this town's for the record now. The intersection got a target, and they're calling it downtown. You and
Wow.
all of your new perspective now. Wish I could shut it in a closet and drag you back down.
I have a feeling the way he's saying the intersection got a Target and they're calling it downtown, that's like their way of saying, like, okay, now Target is like, it's the most visited place because people love Target so much. And I'm assuming that that's him saying, like, okay, now this is like the hub of the city, which means the city sucks now, because it's not even like small businesses, it's giant corporations like Target.
You and all of your new perspective now. Wish I could shut it in a closet and drag you back down.
Like that. The volume's a little up and down.
Gave me your word and now I can't pronounce it. Nothing so sure that I can't learn to doubt it. Now the state bird, it sings our song so out of key. Liberal rednecks get drunk on a dirt road. Attention deficit kids in their gym clothes. Paper bags drift wherever the wind blows, and mine's full of receipts. Ooh, this town's for the record now. The intersection got a target.
I can't tell if he means like this town is like done now. This town's for the record now. Like it's in the history books now. It's over. Or if he means like this song is just for my records, for me to express my feelings about it. Like, okay, let's see what this says for the cons. Intersection got a target. Throughout this song, Khan shows his feelings of resentment of a town full with liberal rednecks. This is line with that. It comments on how the addition of a target is enough to impress the community. That's what I was trying to say, which says a lot about the community as a whole. In reality, Khan's hometown did not have a target when he wrote this song. In an interview with Billboard, he revealed that the town actually didn't have a target until one was coincidentally built shortly after he wrote the song. It's dope. I go to that Target all the time now. I'm honestly pumped. That's kind of funny. One of the cities that I loved that I've lived in for a couple of years is called Lakewood, Ohio. It's a small suburb right outside of Cleveland, Ohio, and it's very liberal, and I love that about it. I love yeah, it's just very art focused, very dog focused, very family friendly, and there's mainly all small businesses. I can't really think of one very large business that's in that city. You have to go to like the city next over that has a Target, and the city around it has a Target, and then Cleveland has like 4 Targets. So yeah, I love that city, and I have such great memories, and I revere it so highly because I feel like it's so into like community where you get a Target, you get a Walmart, and it's like that takes away so much from other people that are building businesses and trying to live the American dream and everything. So I appreciate Target at times, but yeah, definitely much more into the small business mom and pop stuff.
And they're calling it downtown. You and all of your new perspective now. Wish I could shut it in a closet and drag it back down. And drag it back down. Liberal rednecks get drunk on a dirt road.
Okay, I need to know why he doesn't like liberal rednecks. I think liberal rednecks are some of the funnest, like liberal country people. He's not talking about like Confederates when he's talking about rednecks. He's just talking about like hillbillies, I'm assuming. So, with palpable resentment, Noah refers to Stratford, Vermont, where he grew up. Those situated in New England, known for its liberal views, Vermont deviates from the norm with the highest percentage of rural population at 88.3%. The term liberal rednecks reflects residents who are politically progressive but culturally rural. Okay, they don't relate to wealthy tourists from places like Massachusetts or New York, nor do they align with the conservative stereotypes of the rural South. That's fantastic. The rural South is a fucking poison. It's a hotbed for racism, misogyny, and bullshit. With possible roots to the Kahan family living on a 133-acre tree farm, according to an interview with the New York Times, Noah's father transformed the location into a place for endless exploration, providing an escape that fostered Noah's bond with nature. My God, this guy grew up on a 133-acre tree farm. I don't want to hear no tears. All these trails, my dad cut all these trees down and built this huge trail system. You can walk around all day and still be on my property. Brother, that is a phenomenal life. As he got older and alcohol became a central player in his life, one could presume he took these same paths when drunk. This also ties to Homesick, where Noah mentions being tired of dirt roads named after his peers' family members. So that right there, they sound like liberal rednecks. So you have a tree farm, you're just like one of those rich kids that's drinking and being that victim that he talked about earlier, that constant victim mindset. I can think of 3 families from my hometown that are just like that, where the kids, like rich kids that were selling drugs, or yeah, they trying to fit in somewhere or the other, or they're just constantly always being the victim because, and it could be because their parents neglect them or whatever. I don't completely like downplay the plight of a rich kid.
Attention deficit kids in their gym clothes. Paper bags drift wherever the wind
I'm gonna need help with this one.
Lines full
Feels ambiguous.
of receipts.
Could be many meanings. Cause I see a town that's going.
Ooh, this town's for the record now. The intersection got a target, and they're calling it downtown. You and all of your new perspective now. Wish I could shut it in a closet and drag you back down.
Woo! Yeah! Open it up.
And drag you back down.
Okay. Crap, might save it.
And drag you back down.
I like that. I like that, but I'm gonna need the lyrics to marinate with me a little more. I'm gonna need a little help in the comments too with how do you guys take that as? I feel like it could be a little ambiguous, like maybe because the town is getting a target. From my perspective, that means the town's going to trash a little bit. I guess it could mean the opposite, where if they're getting a target, then that means then there probably is some kind of better income coming into the town, so that the target usually builds a store in a place that they're going to get a lot of sales, and it's common practice. There's C stores, B stores, A stores, and whatever that all have different products and are different sizes. But I usually think of when, corporations come to a city, I think that's a failure in America, to be completely honest. I know they save time, you can get everything all there at once, but usually the quality is worse, and usually the prices don't exactly even reflect the quality either. And then you have places like Walmart who they employ a lot of people, but they also only pay them a certain amount of money so that they can keep them on welfare and keep them in this system of abuse where they're making a certain amount of money to where they can't get out of the bucket and all the crabs are pulling them back down. But they're making not enough to where they're going to be stuck on welfare and be on that cycle. So my perspective is usually not good when those corporations come in. They start eating up small businesses and whatnot. I've seen it happen many times. And I think we're kind of pushing back against that now. There's a little bit of a rubber band effect where it's going to break soon, just like how we feel with like artificial intelligence. I think we're heading back to a more like analog, hopefully more like human interaction experience in the next couple of years, I feel like. But I don't know. That one was hard to break down. I feel like there could have been many different meanings to that song there. Next track, Everywhere, Everything. I probably should have read the song by almost.
Would we survive in a horror movie? Doubt it, we're too slow moving.
What do you think? Would you guys survive in a horror movie? And which horror movie do you think you'd be able to survive in? Mine would have to be, I think I'd easily be able to survive in Halloween. He's always walking. Jason would be harder because he runs. So Friday the 13th would be a little tougher. Nightmare on Elm Street would be impossible because my dreams are way too vivid, and Freddy would definitely be getting me. There's no way I'd be surviving in that one. But like a Scream, I would whoop Ghostface's racist ass so bad.
Trust everyone we meet.
Shout out to Melissa Barrera.
Two bodies riddled with scars from our preteens, intertwined in a car's dirty backseat. Stare at a driving screen.
Love the
We
drive-in.
didn't know that the sun was collapsing. till the seas rose and the buildings came crashing.
What does that mean? Khan discusses having written this album during the COVID-19 lockdowns. This could be a reference to humans being oblivious about the impending quarantine until it was too late, while also being a metaphor for the cycle of life and death, and that we don't know the end is coming until it is already here. We didn't know that the sun was collapsing until the seas rose and the buildings came crashing. That's very deep there. We didn't know this. We didn't know the sun was collapsing. We didn't know that we were going to be stuck in our houses and locked down till the seas rose and the buildings came crashing.
We cried, oh, everywhere, everything. Wanna love you to food for the worms to eat till our fingers decompose. Keep my hand in yours. Everywhere, everything. Wanna love you to food for the worms to eat till our fingers decompose. Hand in yours.
Woo!
Drive slowly.
So light.
I know every route in this county. Maybe that ain't such a bad thing. I'll tell you where not to speed.
Speed traps.
It's been a long year and all of our books pages dog-eared. We write out the ends on our palms, dear, and forget to read.
So he's keeping track of those memories.
Know that the sun was collapsing till the seas rose and the buildings came crashing.
Gosh, his voice is so pretty.
We cried, oh, everywhere, everything. Wanna love you to food for the worms.
It's big crashing
till
guitars.
our fingers decompose. Keep my hand in yours. Everywhere, everything. Wanna love you to food for the worms to eat till our fingers decompose. Keep my hand in yours.
Yeah, I'm saving it. It's warm.
Everywhere, everything. Wanna love you to a food for the worms to eat.
Wow.
Till our fingers decompose. I'll keep my hand in yours.
That was beautiful. I was conflicted on saving it at first, but it was very warm. Those crashing guitars were very emotional and very intense. I feel like there's a joy here, but there's also this fear of a loss, and I just think it was a really beautiful song. So I'm surprised I haven't had like a very emotional reaction yet to this music. It's very deep. The substance is definitely deep. I haven't I guess related yet to what he's singing about for the most part. Seems to have a really nice heart though. Orange juice. I might end up doing the deluxe today. We'll see.
Honey, come over. The party's gone slower, and no one will tempt you. We know you got sober.
Okay, I need to read the song bio because it looks like it's very important. It seems Noah is reflecting upon a loved one who got into a traumatic drunk driving accident that was fatal for some passengers. They had left home, New England, and upon coming back, they are struggling with being in the place where everything happened. They can't comprehend how life could have gone on there afterwards when their own life and identity had been so irrevocably altered by the event. Noah is gently welcoming them back home, telling them there is the titular orange juice in the kitchen, so they won't be driven to the alcohol that so affected them. He provides them an alternative and tries to compassionately drive them towards self forgiveness. I had a friend a week after my high school graduation. He was killed in a car accident because of a drunk driver. He was going straight out, about to turn left, and this dude that was coming from the right was going like 70 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone, and just freaking absolutely took him out. And of course, because that person was drunk and didn't feel shit, walked away with not even a damn scratch on his body. My friend, who was friends with a lot of people, like it sent a shockwave throughout like everyone that went to school with him. And it's something that, yeah, you think about every time when you hear about like people losing a life in a drunk driving accident. It never gets easier. And I've lost other people in accidents, and I've lost other people in suicides and stuff like that, and it's very traumatic. It's very triggering, obviously. But this sounds like here, instead of going back to the alcohol, he found a way to go towards the orange juice instead. So let's see how we get there.
Honey, come over. The party's gone slower, and no one will tempt you. We know you got sober.
Okay.
There's orange juice in the kitchen, bought for the children. It's yours if you want it. We're just glad you could visit. Feels like I've been ready for you to come home.
More compassion.
So long that I didn't think to ask you where you'd gone. Why'd you go? And you said and you said my heart has changed, and my soul has changed, in my heart, that my face has changed, and I haven't drank in 6 months on the dot. See the graves as you pass through, from our crash back in '02. Not one nick on your finger. You just asked me to hold you, but it made you a stranger and filled you with anger. Now I'm third in the lineup to your Lord and your Savior.
Man, not one nick on your finger. You just asked me to hold you. Although the other person doesn't have any physical damage from the crash, it doesn't mean they weren't emotionally affected by it, but it made you a stranger. The crash may have been the reason the other person has decided to leave and get sober. The singer feels as though the other person left everyone behind in the process of trying to heal. It fills you with anger. Anger is a common response for those with PTSD. It can be used as a coping mechanism or as a way to suppress, hide one's true emotions and whatever trauma they're endured. You protect your heart. That your brain is always going to try to protect yourself, and sometimes anger is the way that's going to happen. Now I'm third in the lineup to your Lord and Savior. During the recovery, the subject became more religious, and God, your Lord and your Savior, takes the place that the singer wasn't previously. These lines could also be used to describe making amends, a step in AA programs. The singer is saying he is third in the lineup of people the subject must make amends with. AA often uses God to help people. It's true.
Feels like I've been ready for you to come home. So long that I didn't think to ask why'd you go? You said you said you said my heart has changed and my soul has changed and my heart that my life has changed, that this town had changed. You had not. That the world has changed. Don't you find it strange that you just went ahead and carried on? And you know I'd say the last time I drank, I was face down, passed out there in your lawn. And we all just close to you now.
Sometimes you will go through some moments in life where you don't want to be around those people anymore. Maybe there's a realization. Maybe you had like this, a car accident, a hangover, whatever it may be, a really horrible night where you start to see the truth of those people, and you're sitting there like, what the fuck am I doing here? Why am I wasting my time in this situation? Yeah, you said my heart has changed, that my soul has changed, and my heart, that my life has changed, that this town had changed, and you had not. I think that's that person talking about getting away from the alcoholism and getting down to the orange juice and getting away from that life of just like instant gratification and bullshit. And this person saying back to them like, the world has changed. Don't you find it strange that you just went ahead and carried on? Like, you just kept going, like nothing happened. Like, we didn't lose our friends and we didn't get into that life altering, life changing car accident, I think is what is being said.
Are we all just pulling you down? You didn't put those bones in the ground. You didn't put those bones.
Is that like your feelings
in the ground?
The crash. Guilt can come from anything and it can be overwhelming.
Honey, come over. The party's gone slower, and no one will tempt you. We know you got sober.
It's empathy.
There's orange juice in the kitchen. Bought for the children. It's yours if you want it. We're just glad you could visit.
Ah, damn. Ooh, that got me. That is so much empathy right there. That is so much compassion right there for somebody. Hey, honey, come over. The party's gone slower and no one will tempt you. I promise you. Like, you come over, there will not be no temptation. There will not be a drink of alcohol in front of your face because I know you're going through this. I know you got sober. There's orange juice in the kitchen. Bought for the children. It's yours if you want it. We're just glad you could visit. Like, this is extremely relatable to me. Family and friends that are just like fucking ravaged with alcoholism and drug problems and depression because of experiences and stuff. And it's so freaking heavy, man. I think just the best thing that we can do for people is to have compassion and just be understanding with them. Oh my God. My freaking heart. Next track, Strawberry Wine. I'm going to read the bios again. Noah Kahan's Strawberry Wine explores themes of nostalgia, love, and the bittersweet passage of time, inspired by his grandfather describing the cremation of his father, Kahan's great-grandfather. Drifting away from Styx Season's self-narrative, Kahan's leading framework, Strawberry Wine, achieves the goal of having simply exist as they are without forcing it, which Kahan speaks to in an interview with Atwood Magazine. I wanted the attention to be paid to the story and to the, like you said, the space and instrumentation leading the story, instead of kind of having that panic of like, oh, I need to write these dark lyrics or else no one's gonna care. Whew. Sniffles are going.
Speak to me,
blow my nose.
but don't you say a word. Light a cigarette, I'll watch it as it burns. Remember telling me that you thought you were cursed. I'm in love with every song you've ever heard. If I could lose you, I would. We buried your bones in plywood. If I could lose you, I would. We buried your bones in plywood.
I know this is like the most obvious thing to say in the world, but there's really nothing harder than getting older and losing people. It does not ever get
I
easier.
say love is fast asleep on a dirt road with your head on my shoulder. Strawberry wine and all the time we used to have. Those things I miss, but no, I'm never coming back. For you, darling.
Realization, dealing with the truth.
No thing defines a man like love that makes him soft and sentimental, like a stranger in the park. For a few moments, I see you. If I was empty space and you were formless shape, we'd fit it. Love leaves little runway, and every time we run straight over it. If I was empty space and you were formless shape, we'd fit.
It's like water. Always think of that. You just be water, like Bruce Lee says. Allow yourself to just like fit in and be fluid and move with that person, understand what they're saying, make a pact with them, and make it to be understood that you're always going to try to understand them. That helps out a lot too. That builds trust. That's a better way of communication, of not allowing them to just be in their heads and think constantly. So that's a beautiful line right there. If I was an empty space and you were a formless shape, we fit together, but love leaves little runway, and every time we run straight over it. What is their annotation? These two people don't align. So in a perfect circumstance, a formless shape fitting into an empty space, they would work. Okay. So he's kind of like pleading for them to become a formless shape, even though they're not. Ooh, I need to blow my nose.
Love leaves little runway, and every time I run straight over it.
This is a really good bio here. So, showcasing verses that capture fleeting summer memories and a chorus that blends longing and acceptance, reflecting life's impermanence. Together, we use a vivid scene of personal growth and the struggle of moving forward while holding on to the past. Damn. It was beautiful. Oh, there's something about nostalgia. There's something about that reflective instrumental that just always sends a shiver down my spine. And I don't know if it's because like it feels like life is going so fast and we're getting so far away from like our childhood and when everything was so easy, you know, easier. And that's the way this sounds. It sounds like he's pleading back to like a first love. Man, he is.
So I took my medication and I poured my trauma out on some sad-eyed middle-aged man's overpriced new leather couch. And we argued about Jesus, finally found some middle ground, said I'm
Therapy.
cured. And I divvied up my anger into 30 separate parts. Keep the bad shit in my liver and the rest around my heart. I'm still angry at my parents for what their parents did to them, but it's a start. But I ignore things and I move sideways until I forget what I felt in the first place.
I would assume that like moving sideways means, you know, you're not moving forward, you're not moving backwards. You're always just stuck in that same state. And it's something that I've talked about recently with like drugs, like weed, for example. Do whatever you want to do. You all have your fun and whatever. Remember, moderation, Matt, is definitely key. Like weed, for example, that will keep you in like this dream state where everything's comfortable, right? And it feels like a warm hug, but you're not going to move anywhere. You're just going to be in this state of just like a dream where you're never moving forward. You're probably going to be thinking about the past or maybe even future tripping because you're just in your head the whole time. If you can get away from it, man, and if you can get to like moderation, because I don't want to take any vices from you. I don't want to take like any fun away from you because drinking and smoking, it can be fun at times. But just remember, man, moderation, remember your health and stuff like that. It's important. And yeah, like those kind of things, they will keep you sideways. Let's see. Noah is implying that he implements an avoidance coping mechanism to forget and avoid feeling his negative emotions. That's what I'm saying too. Like you don't feel everything that you're supposed to feel, and you kind of with alcohol, with drugs, with anything that you use to suppress those emotions, you're just pushing it off and down the road, and it's gonna kind of be even heavier when you deal with it later. So just a little advice from experience. However, he is also insinuating that this coping mechanism isn't working for him as he is moving sideways rather than moving forward. Therefore, he is not making real progress with his struggle with mental illness. Essentially, Noah acknowledging that doesn't grow in the way that everyone else does. This is also a callback to the beginning lines about failed therapy, where he wasted time and achieved nothing from attending. Although offering the illusion that he was processing and moving through his troubles, Noah was instead going nowhere.
At the end of the day, I know there are worse ways to stay alive. 'Cause everyone's growing and everyone's healthy. I'm terrified that I might never have met me. Oh, if my engine works perfect on empty, I guess I'll drive.
That's what keeps people going. Like they're content.
Guess I'll drive.
They're still moving. So I guess they'll keep going.
I
Fuck.
forgot my medication, fell into a manic high. Spent my savings at a Lulu. Now I'm suffering in style. Why is pain so damn impatient? Ain't like it's got a place to be.
Talking about
Keeps
Lululemon.
rushing me. But I ignore things and I move sideways till I forget what I felt in the first place.
I will say that has to be the complete exact opposite of me. I do not ignore things. I do not move sideways. I face things head fucking on, and I'm not saying that you have to do that as well, but it's helped me it's helped me massively since doing that more. Like not being afraid of what's on the other side of that growth, you know? You're not going to completely lose yourself. That's something that used to always keep me from changing and from moving forward and from growing, is the fear that I'm going to lose this person, myself that I do love, and I'm going to become this new person that I don't like. But you have the control of that. I've seen someone, Eileen Gu, she's a skier, snowboarder, Olympic athlete. She's from the United States, but she
performed. She competed with China, and she had a great way of talking about like neuroplasticity and how she's the controller of her brain. She's the controller of her thought process, and it's by having that active mindset of being able to do that and being able to be active while you're thinking in your mind and being able to manipulate that, and having the wherewithal of being able to make yourself into the person you want to make yourself. You can do that. It's just it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of introspection and realization, and what I'm seeing here is a lot of avoidance, and you're never going to get to that point if this is how you think. If he's content, if he's already driving, if his engine works on perfectly on empty, then he's going to keep going because there's no motivation for him to change. There's no reason for him to try to make a better life for himself.
End of the day, I know there are worse ways to stay alive. 'Cause everyone's growing and everyone's healthy. I'm terrified that I might never have met me. Oh, if my engine works perfect on empty, I guess I'll drive. And if all my life was wasted, I don't mind, I'll watch it go. Yeah, it's better to die numb than feel it all.
Completely disagree. That's another thing I've talked about. Being numb sucks, y'all. It's fun for like 2 weeks, and then it's like, well, I can't even cry to Marley at me anymore. So what's the fucking point of this life? I like to feel all my different emotions. I like feeling happiness, sadness, anger. I like feeling whole. I like feeling real and human, and that's how our brains are supposed to operate. It's not supposed to be happy, 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 happy 24/7. And like I said before, you guys know I have a sunny disposition. I wake up every day and I try to put some love back in this world, even when I have a pretty shitty reality sometimes with my family and some of the people in my life that try to bring me down. It doesn't matter. I wake up every day still trying to make their lives better, trying to make my life better, because this is the only one that I'm guaranteed to have. My heaven is this right here on earth. There's people in this planet that make me feel like I'm in heaven. They're wonderful. They're beautiful. They're amazing human beings. And I will never allow myself to fall into that mindset. I know it's life, and life will beat you up. And life, you guys saw a couple months ago when I lost my grandma, I lost my dog, I lost my cat, all at the same fucking time. And I still didn't let it, I didn't let it beat me down. You guys have watched me like grow from those ashes where I was feeling so freaking shitty. And you guys have seen, I feel like the last couple of months, I've bounced back. You guys have seen me put love back out into this world still, and you've seen my personality be, for the most part, pretty much the same. I do feel her presence with me, now here every single day. Like I get this like twinkly feeling, and I'm getting it now because I'm thinking about her, and that's because I have these memories of her, and I have this. Man, these so many principles and morals that she poured into me that I can easily take with me, and this strength. She was the strongest person I've ever known in my freaking life. At 87 years old with cancer and her hip falling off the bone, was still taking my cousins to, work and doing everything for those fucking assholes, and like doesn't matter, and still was the kindest, sweetest person, always laughing, always smiling. And yeah, I will never let myself go numb again. And it's because of people like her. It's because of other people in this world that I can think of that are such bright, sunshiny, amazing people, and also just extremely complex people that angry people give me life for this world. Seeing someone so passionate about getting so angry about like the Epstein files being out, and how we should be locking up Donald Trump and all these people. I love seeing people being passionately angry about that kind of stuff, because it shows me that their mind is in the right place, that their morals are aligned properly, and they're not a sick piece of shit. So that'll never happen to me. I don't agree with what he's saying there at all. It is not better to die numb than, it's better to die numb than feel it all. Yeah, no, I completely disagree with that.
Oh, if all my time was wasted, I don't mind, I'll watch it go. Yeah, it's better to die numb than feel it all. sideways till I forget what I felt in the first place. At the end of the day, Lord knows there are worse ways to stay alive. 'Cause everyone's growing and everyone's healthy. I'm terrified that I might never have met me. Oh, if my engine works perfect on empty, I guess I'll try.
Boo.
I guess I'll try.
Don't do that, Noah. Don't do it, Noah. Snap out of that. You don't have to live like that. You don't have to be content. You can have the most beautiful life in the world if you really, 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 really try for it. The best things in life, y'all, are usually very hard to attain. You know, they're not just going to be handed to you. You're not just going to become this super smart person without reading books. You're not going to become a great musician without playing the guitar and writing great lyrics. You're not going to become a wonderful doctor without studying, you know? Like, gotta take the action. Gotta take the action. Halloween, one of my favorite holidays. Okay, let's check out the bio. Halloween is the 11th track. The song covers Kahan feeling haunted by the ghost of a person he used to know, meaning that he couldn't get them out of his head. The lyrics see him having a visible struggle with understanding this person, even after they're not around each other anymore.
Sailing away to a place I'm afraid of. The dawn isn't here, the sun hasn't rose. I'm drinking my days with the coastal longshoremen. They got money to make and children back home.
Did he just pull up on Erota? Harry Styles Island? I'm sailing away to a place I'm afraid. The dawn isn't here, the sun hasn't rose.
Drinking my days with the coastal longshoremen. They got money to make and children back home. And the last that I heard, you were down in New Orleans, working your days at the print. I drink till I drown and I smoke till I'm burning. Your hands are all over my scent. I worry for you, you worry for me, and it's fine if we know we won't change. Collect every dream in these old empty pockets and hope that I'll need them someday. But the wreckage of you I no longer reside in, and the bridges have long since been burned.
Oof.
The ash of the home that I started the fire in starts to return to the earth. I'm leaving this town and I'm changing my address. I know that you'll come if you want. It's not Halloween, but the ghost you dressed up as sure knows how to haunt. Yes, it knows how to haunt.
So it sounds like he's moving on from this person that is kind of lingering with them.
It's an ode to the hole that I found myself stuck in, a song for the grave that I dug. There's a murder of crows in the low light off Boston, and I see your face in each one.
So I've heard great stories about crows where you can basically, you can have like a murder of crows that follow you around and protect you. I've been seeing people lately that have like, seriously, like gangs of crows that follow them around, and there's like, they have like big social media followings doing it. It's crazy.
I'm losing myself in the tiniest objects. I'm seeing my life on a screen. I'm hearing your voice in a strange foreign language. If only I learned how to speak.
It means not understanding them.
But the wreckage of you I no longer reside in. The bridges have long since been burned. And the ash of the home that I started the fire in starts to return to the earth. I'm leaving this town and I'm changing my address. I know that you'll come if you want. it's not Halloween, but the ghost you're dressed up as, your nose had a haunt, yeah, you know how to haunt.
Feels very lonely, eerie, haunting.
I know that you fear that I'm wicked and weary. I know that you fear in the end. But I only tell the truth when I'm sure that I'm lying. So I'm setting sail once again.
Yeah, that track felt very lonely. It felt very eerie in that they were dealing with like this lingering feeling of someone being around. I don't know. That one was okay. I like that the mms in the background. I like I think it was just a stomp in there. Gave it like a reflective feeling.
2 months since you got back. How have you been?
Homesick.
Are you bored yet? The weather ain't been bad if you're into masochistic bullshit. With every photograph.
So a masochist is someone that just loves pain. They love always just getting shit on in a way, I guess, is for lack of better terms. But that is crazy. 2 months since you got back. How have you been, and are you bored yet? The weather ain't bad if you're into masochistic bullshit. So the weather sucks because it's...
Are you bored yet? The weather ain't been bad if you're
Killing
into
me.
masochistic bullshit. And every photograph that's taken here is from the summer. Some guy won Olympic gold 8 years ago, a distance runner.
Nice.
That makes a lot of sense. This place is such great motivation.
Yeah.
For anyone trying
Yeah.
to move the fuck away from hibernation.
That's hilarious. I say that all the time about Ohio, and I know I've mentioned my love for it too, but during the wintertime, y'all, I swear, if you look at look at a lot of the presidents of the United States, there's a lot of presidents from Ohio. There's a lot of inventors from Ohio. There's a lot of major athletes. The greatest athlete of all time, LeBron James, is from Ohio. Some extremely smart people are from Ohio. There's also some really bad stuff here as well. And we have like a stuck in Ohio phrase. People have stickers on their cars and everything, but I think that's why you hear about a lot of people from Ohio is because yes, it does get cold here. It is in the Midwest, I guess is what they call it, but it's more so like the Northeast, just central, whatever. I guess is Midwest. No, it's not. It's not. It's more Mideast. But anyways. Yeah, you have people that are always running away, going to California, going down to Florida. Like, we have a huge population of Ohioans that live in Florida, especially like Naples, Fort Myers, Daytona. There's a lot of people from Ohio down there, and it's because, yeah, you want to get out of the cold. The cold sucks, in my opinion. As someone with like metal in their knee from injuries, I hate it. I feel it whenever it gets too cold, and yeah, it sucks. So not my favorite thing. I do love snowboarding. That's fun, but I don't do that as much anymore. And I'm a very outdoorsy person. So yeah, this weather for me is very masochistic. Oh, come on, finally. Moving a bit.
Well, I'm tired of dirt roads named after high school friends, grandfathers, and motherfuckers here still don't know they caught the Boston bombers. Time moves so damn slow, I swear I feel I will die in the house that I grew up in.
Interesting.
I'm homesick.
I am super tired of what he's talking about there as well, and that's why I do not live in my hometown. Well, I'm tired of dirt roads named after high school friends' grandfathers, and motherfuckers here still don't know that they caught the Boston bombers. So probably stuck watching Fox News and some dumb shit like that. But yeah, named after high school friends' grandfathers, all the the rich kids or the athletes, I guess. That yeah, most high schools are named after them, or the buildings and whatever. It sucks.
I'm homesick.
Sucks for the people that have actually done stuff for the cities, you know?
I would leave if only I could find a reason. I mean, because I grew up in New England. I got dreams, but I can't make myself believe them. Spend the rest of my life with what could have been. And I will die in the house that I grew up in. I'm homesick. I'm homesick. I'm homesick. Woo! I'm homesick.
Hell yeah. That was awesome. That's a great outro right there, too. Great instrumentation, great guitar solo. And I gotta say, I think you do have to leave your home for a little bit just to get more experiences, meet different people. Most likely there's going to be a different person, in London than there is in Liverpool, and there's going to be a different person in freaking Tallahassee than there is in New England. Like there's just different people, and I think you should experience and get to know people a little more and break away from the home, because yeah, a lot of time you are just gonna be stuck around with these people that are just the good old boys of the town that are buying everything, that get their roads plowed first, that they get their names on everything because they have money. And there's also nuance to that, like their grandparents probably worked hard or they were born on third base. Very complicated, isn't it? Especially here in America with all the nepotism and whatnot. It's more about who you know than what you know. So, yeah. I would say get out, experience people, and maybe you will get homesick. Maybe you will miss your place back home, and maybe you'll find out that that's where you should be, and those are your people. The next track is Still.
I don't wanna say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye. It only falls into place when you're falling to pieces. You find love that lasts a while till you lose the reason, saying, God, I'm alive, but the whole place is quiet. And there's something that you can't place, but you can't deny it. Don't know whether you want a place in the coast of the country. You can't stay here, it's hard to face, and it feels too ugly. Light a fire inside yourself, let it burn. Stare up at a starless sky. You say, it's like I'm still here with you. It's like I'm still here with you. I don't wanna say goodbye. Past coming back with the light of the morning. Down on myself like a patient in surgery, and I used to watch my mother move like God was in the room.
What's that mean? Like watching her dance, watching her like move around as a motherly, taking care of everything, because mothers are freaking like God. Khan maybe implying that in the past he saw his mother being careful about what she said or did because of her religious beliefs. This line could also mean that his mother always acted very put together, elegant, or authentic, as if God himself was present. Herself was present. God is a woman. Another interpretation would be that she moved with such grace and beauty that it is as if God was in the room with her. That's how I see it more. I see it as more as like that protector. I see it more as like that
that energy, that force.
Like God was in the room. It's a bottomless hole I found out here with a trace of no one. In a past box of photos, I ripped myself open. I'm in bed and I'm wondering if I'm callous but hoping. Can I fix what is broken? It's like I'm still here with you. It's like I'm still here with you. I don't wanna say goodbye. It's like I'm still here with you. It's like I'm still here with you. I don't wanna say goodbye. It's like I'm still here with you. It's like I'm still here with you. I don't wanna say goodbye. I don't wanna say. I don't wanna say. I don't wanna say goodbye. I don't wanna say. I don't wanna say. I don't wanna say goodbye. It only falls into place when you fall into pieces. Find love that lasts a while, and you lose the reason. You say, God, I'm alive. But the whole place is quiet. You know something that you can't place, but you can't deny it.
That was another one where I was having trouble with it. I feel like he's, kind of like the one track where he says he's kind of stuck there and he's not moving. I think it was Growing Sideways, right? I feel like he's saying the same thing here where he's just stuck still being the same person. Okay, we're going to end it with The View Between Villages, and I promise I will get into that deluxe very, very, very shortly. I think there's like 7 extra tracks that I can get into. I'll make sure I get into it by next week. Yeah, so far this album has been like emotionally taxing. That's a good thing. I like feeling moved. I like thinking. This is very thought provoking. It's there are tracks where I feel like you can take your own interpretation of them and make them your own, and I like that. The last track is called The View Between Villages. You know what? And we will get the song bio for this one. Stick Season's closing track, The View Between Villages, is inspired by the scenic drive between South Stratford and Stratford, Vermont, consisting of a majestic valley that has offered Khan a sense of happiness no matter life's circumstances. However, when approaching the path leading to a bridge near Algier Brook Road, that peace fades, replaced by the anxiety of nearing home and the emotional weight that lives there. Khan crafted the song to mirror this experience with its serene opening giving way to rising tension. Banjo, guitar, and drums build alongside the unease before resolving into a final, peaceful section punctuated by organ notes, a return to fragile calm. Proud of the track, he considers it a breakthrough, blending story and music in a way that reflects both his literal and emotional journey. I think one of my biggest creative insecurities is my musicianship. I'm not a great guitar player. I never have a great vision about how the music part should sound, so I was really proud of being able to kind of start to try to develop vision musically, and I was happy to be able to tell that story musically. Yeah, I would say that I disagree with him about that. Like, yeah, maybe you're right about not being as good as some of the other guitar players and whatnot out there, but I think from when I have her on this album, I know that I have seen some other people's names on here for playing, Gabe Simon, but if any of these guitar licks on here have been him, now that I'm realizing this probably was just Gabe Simon. If any of them have been him on this album, then you're pretty good, man. I really have enjoyed the music on this. I've really enjoyed the instrument playing. Okay, last track.
Air in my lungs till the road begins. As the last of the bugs leave their homes again, and I'm split in the road. For a minute, the world seems so simple. Feel the rush of my blood. I'm 17 again. I am not scared of death. I've got dreams again. It's just me in the curve of the valley, and there is meaning on earth. I am happy.
Switching it up or speeding it up.
Past Algebrook Road, I'm over the bridge. A minute from home, but I feel so far from it. The depth of my dog, the scratch of my skin, it's all washing over me. I'm angry again. The things that I lost here, the people I knew, they got me surrounded for a mile or two. The car's in reverse, I'm gripping the wheel. I'm back between villages, and everything's still.
He's dealing with that emotion of going from coming back home, and then there's that point right in the middle, it sounds like, where this beautiful view opens up and it makes him feel serene and tranquil, and then it gets to Algebrook Road and all those memories start coming in of all the trauma that he experienced at home, the PTSD, and it makes him angry. The things I lost here, the people I knew, they got me surrounded for a mile or two. The car's in reverse, I'm gripping the wheel, I'm back between villages, and everything's still. Is that like his way of saying that he's stuck in between this place and time of moving forward and moving sideways? Guys, this album was incredibly deep, and it's going to I'm going to need a lot of help on breaking down the lyrics, but the music on it, the instrumentation, I thought was really good. I thought this was really fresh. His voice is different than anything I've heard from anyone out there right now, and I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of depth on these lyrics, beautiful tracks, and there's a lot of seriousness to it. It very heavy, had me thinking the entire time, and many of these songs have multiple meanings. I feel like what you can, that's the beautiful thing about music, is that you can take your own meaning from things. The way the production makes you feel, the way a lyric that he says may run some kind of memory in your mind. It's all up to your own interpretation. Some tracks are meant to be, interpreted one specific certain way, but that doesn't mean that you can't change it for yourself. And the way that he's singing about in a lot of these tracks, it sounds like he needs to do a lot of like growing and a lot of introspection and a lot of change, because it sounds like he's very depressed and stuck in his ways and can't really move forward because he's stuck in the past and he's stuck in those things that have kept him to where he's at. That growing sideways is what it's called. Yeah, growing sideways. I didn't say it because it is very depressing thinking about, people like that I know that are just, they cannot get out of their way, man. And a lot of time, like he said in the first song about being his own victim, always being the victim, having a victim mentality. People like that, it is very hard to get out of your way. It's hard to get out of your way when you're dealing with addiction and all that stuff, because then now you're like, there's nothing to get out of that. And he's talking about alcoholism here. He's talking about drugs that he takes to make him feel more normal. And I don't think there's a way to get back to that, or to get on the straight and narrow if that's what you want, unless you've made it in your mind unless you've forgiven yourself, unless you've loved yourself, unless you've tried to move forward. And it takes a lot of hard work, y'all. It's not everybody's gonna do it. A lot of people will just shut down, close up, and they'll hate the world because of what the world did to them or what they've done, what the choices they've made in their life. Instead of trying to be better and moving forward to the next chapter and moving on, people will stay behind and they will be masochists in a way, like he said, about just loving that pain, and misery loves company, and they'll try to bring you into it. So that's kind of what I'm feeling from a lot of this album. Stick season, it makes me think of winter and the seasonal depression that we feel, and how it feels like nothing is going to get better and life kind of sucks. I thought his singing voice was beautiful. The production was cool, and yeah, I'm gonna be having to play this album back and trying to break it down some more on my own time again. Noah Kahan, I'm definitely gonna be checking out music videos and live performances, and I'm certainly checking out the deluxe album, which I think it is called "We'll All Be Here Forever." Is that it, right? I have it in this document. Yeah, we'll all be here forever. So yeah, we'll get into that next, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please let me know what your favorite track is in the comment and help me break these tracks down, as I do not know anything about Noah. And yeah, there's some that are just very ambiguous and open to interpretation. And also, I just want to know what you guys think anyway. So thank you for being here. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.